Hello, Algebra 2 students. If you're working with Mr. Fry, Mr. Leninger, whoever the sub's going to be, Algebra 2, finding slope from 2 points, I want to take you through the odd problems. Remember your problem is going to be this, your formula that you're going to use for slope. You take your second y value minus your first y value and divide that by your second x value minus your first x value. I like to label my x and y's first, so it just makes it easier for me to think and see and kind of, gets me organized. So here's your first x and y and your second x and y. I go ahead and plug those in there. Remember, when you're subtracting by a negative here, I subtracted by negative 16. That makes it addition. I end up with 1 over negative 26. That equals m. And you can see where I got those numbers and how I plugged them in. All right? Remember, subtracting a negative makes a positive. That's the only thing that kind of changes. If you're wondering how I'm getting these answers. All right, I'm just going to go on and just plug these numbers into that equation, that formula that we have. And I end up with the negative 11 over a negative 2, and that equals my, my slope. M is the slope. M stands for slope in the slope-intercept formula. They're both negative, so actually, I rewrote it over here. Your actual answer then would be, those negatives cancel out, so you have a positive 11 over 2. This one, you end up with a 0 as your denominator. When you have a 0 as your denominator, it's going to be undefined. When you're doing this, if you were to do this on your calculator, in other words, 21 divided by 0, it would say error. So that's going to be undefined. What that means is it's a vertical line. There is no slope. It's straight up and down. And think about it. If you have an x here at 17 and an x here at 17, but you have different y values, that means it's way down here at negative 13 if I had a chart here, and way up here at 8, and it would just be at x 17. It's just going to be a straight up and down line. The opposite is true for number 6. While you're working this one on your own, you'll get a slope of 0 because notice your two y values are 3. And this just means no slope or a 0 slope. That's a horizontal line because think about it. If your y values are both 3, but your x, you're on different points of the x-axis, that's going to make a horizontal line. So that's why it's a no slope. And then number 7, I have my x and y's, my first set, and then I have my second set, x and y. I plug those into the problem. I end up getting, 2 negatives again, and so that makes a positive. 15 over 14 is my slope for number 7. So that's a quick, easy one, and I'll get the other worksheet on here also as soon as I can.